PFF released its list of the top 30 cornerbacks entering the 2023 season. 2 Browns landed on it. We're going to go through the full list real quick. So don't interrupt. I'm going to go 1 through 30.
We're going to interrupt.
Then we're going to figure out where the Browns trio of Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome, and Martin Emerson rank among the best trios of cornerbacks in the league. So according to PFF, here are their cornerback rankings heading into 2023.
That's crazy.
Sauce Gardner at number 1, Jalen Ramsey at 2, Darius Slay at 3,
The fact
Patrick
that
Surtain
PS2 at 4 is sacrilege. He's number 1.
I couldn't get through 2 names without you guys know.
Bull said we was going to do it.
Incredible.
PS2 is the best corner in the league, and that's crazy that he's number 4. But go ahead.
If you're starting a team from scratch, you're taking Sauce Gardner.
I'm taking PS2.
Well, he's a lot older.
PS2 is 1 year older.
No, he's 1 year older.
I'm lost on that one.
And Jair Alexander at 5. 6 through 10 here, Steve. We have Stephon Gilmore, Marshawn Lattimore, Tyvis' old teammate at 7. Trayvon Diggs at 8. J.C. Horn at 9. Jamel Dean at 10. 11. Travarius Ward in San Francisco. A.J. Terrell at 12. James Bradbury 13. The first Brown, Denzel Ward, comes in at number 14. And Tre'Davious White at 15. Number 16 is Tariq Woolen, the NFC Defensive Rookie of the Year last year. Xavier Howard at 17. Awuzie at 18. Sean Murphy-Bunting at 19. Marlon Humphrey at 20. We'll keep it moving. You have DJ Reed, Mike Hilton, Teron Johnson, Trent McDuffie, Tyson Campbell of Jacksonville, 21 through 25. And to round out PFF's list, you have L'Jarius Sneed, Greg Newsome at 27, Nate Hobbs, Carlton Davis, and Darius Williams. So anything jump out from that list from you guys before we talk about the best trios in football?
Where's Martin Emerson at?
There's not an honorable mentions list, but I would assume he would be in the honorable mentions
Is he a top
category.
30 corner?
To me, he's better than Newsome.
Is Newsome a top 30 corner?
Wow.
To me, I listen. For me, I like the fact that Newsome or Emerson is more physical. He's bigger. He plays more aggressive. He has longer arms. He don't get beat deep, and if he do get beat, he's always by the ball. Neither one of them really have got picks. So if you ask me so far as a corner, I like big corners versus small corners. I mean, am I crazy?
Do you like big corners, or you like corners that can play anywhere, can match his man anywhere he's at on the field? Because that would get you paid. You want a number 1 corner, you want him to check the number 1 guy, whether he's inside or outside, right? Because if you got Martin Emerson, a guy and his guy says, you know what, I'm going in the slot this play, and Martin's like, I can't do the slide. So now he's forced to be on the outside. Then that's a problem.
I'm just saying.
I'm just asking you.
I like good ball players, whether you play inside or outside.
Personally, I like Martin Emerson a lot more too, but for the list purposes, I mean, G. New is more valuable because he goes inside and outside.
Well, if you ask, I would say,
and people out there, it's a different world playing that nickel. It's not like you could just say go in there and play man on that guy. It don't roll like that.
Let's not get crazy. The Browns don't have the best cornerback trio in the league.
No, I didn't say they did.
Right. They don't. I don't know why anybody would think they do. You don't have they don't have.
They up there. Don't get me wrong.
Right, but
they up there.
You said before the show the Cowboys are better.
Dallas is number 1.
But I'll give you a few. The Jets are better.
I don't know who their nickel is. That's the problem.
Their nickel is, I think it's Michael Carter, isn't it? They have 2 Michael Carters, a running back. And
I'm not hip. See, I know Sauce and I know DJ. I know DJ because I played with DJ.
Philadelphia's got a better trio.
Who is their nickel? I know Darius Slay and I know James Bradbury.
Does it even matter?
Yeah, it matters. Yes, it does.
Who's their?
I looked it up and I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
I might
the Eagles?
See, but with Dallas, I can.
Who's the Eagles slot corner?
Yeah, who is
Avonte Maddox?
Oh, he's
good too.
I like him.
I like the 49ers.
What about Denver?
I like the 49ers.
Your guy says the best corner in the league.
PS2. Okay, but who's the other?
They got K'Wan Williams.
He was a former Niner, right? He played for the Niners?
Yeah, he's a good player.
That's my boy, too. KK is like,
Why
are
you looking at me like that?
I'm just saying, I need to know who's the corner, who's the opposite corner, because I don't know who it is. I know KK like that. That's my boy. We like this.
Miami all right, too.
Miami don't got a nickel. That's their problem.
Miami all right, too.
Jacksonville's got Tyson Campbell and Darius Williams.
I don't know who Darius. Is that the dude from the Rams? They got to prove it. They got to prove it longer. See, I don't know who Cater Kahu is.
Cater Kahoo of the great Kahoo
I don't know who
family.
that is.
Is that-
I know the other two, but I don't know who that is.
That conversation's a little silly because like we're not going to know other teams' secondaries
I
in
know-
depth like we know the Browns.
I know Dallas's.
Okay.
Gilly, Diggs, and J. Lou and Nickel. That's they like that. The
Browns-
they like that.
To me, you can't have like the
That's
Browns.
Deron Bland is
The
not.
Browns.
Is
The
J.
Browns.
Lou.
Is Denzel Ward a top 10 corner in the league?
Probably not.
He was 14 on PFF.
Is he a top 10?
I don't think
Let me
he
see
is.
that. Let me see that list
Probably
again.
not.
Let me see who they got in front of him.
You can't
All
have
right,
the best
so
cornerback
the
trio
top
if you don't have
five-
a top 10 corner.
We'll skip the top 5 because those 5 are definitely
Yeah,
5
right.
into at least the top 10 if you want to say someone else. So
Okay.
this is 6 through 10 here. Stephon Gilmore, Tyvis, if you want to
He's
go
not
one
better
on
than any of
one.
those guys, is he?
But he
Nah.
makes an argument for 9 and 10, but I like J.C. Horn gonna be really good in
J.C.
this
Horn's
league.
really
he
good.
just can't stay healthy.
He's been hurt.
But 9 and 10,
Jamel
I
Dean's
can
really
I
good.
can hear if that's the case. If he's at 9 and we saying he's
Well,
really
who
good,
else you got? Give me 11 through
Denzel's
15.
hurt too, so 9 and 10. Now Travarius Ward is really good.
Yeah, we should be.
James
James
Bradbury
Bradbury
was all pro
So
last
is
year.
Yeah.
Tre'Davious White.
AJ Terrell is really like that too.
You
Browns-
you can make,
Tre'Davious White is really. I watched him in person strap somebody.
you can make an argument that he probably need to be about 17.
I don't know about that. That's,
The
16.
Browns have a good secondary. They have a
Solid.
good
I
cornerback
think-
trio, but not the best.
I think that
Good.
Denzel didn't play. He didn't have a great year last year, but
No.
the year before that, before he signed, he had an amazing year to me.
Yeah, I thought a couple of
I
years
think
ago
last
he
year
was
he
a
didn't have
top
a good
10
year.
corner,
Yeah.
but he's dropped off.
Which
That.
is, and I just
happens every year.
You know what? I just had this argument with somebody actually.
Yeah.
It's funny that this comes up. He was saying Denzel Ward is trash. He ain't like
That's
that no more.
silly.
And I
That's
said,
silly.
he said, ever since Denzel got paid, he ain't been good.
Well, it's been 1
It's
year.
been 1 year. That's
Yeah.
why I said it's been 1 year. So basically, what you telling me is Xavier Howard is trash. You telling me Jalen Ramsey is trash. You telling me it's just a whole bunch of
Yeah.
corners I listed. Basically, I went through the highest paid corners in the league.
Yeah.
None of them was all pro last year, except for I think Jair
Right.
Alexander was second team maybe. So you're telling me that Denzel is trash, but all these other guys that got paid also wasn't first or second team all pro. So therefore, you can't really say that. Corner position is an up and down year. And the reason
That's true.
The reason that Sherman gets so mad when we talk about this is because he claims that he was every year in and year out, he always was at the top of his game and he never fell off. And they let these they get these corners that get all this $100 million.
Right.
They get paid and they be having these up and down years.
That's true.
And I'm like, he's right. He's
It
right
is-
about that.
It's a position where it feels like every year there's a new best guy.
Yeah.
Right? It was your guy, and then now this year it's Sauce Gardner. And then next year it'll be somebody else.
It's PS2.
Whatever. But like I'm saying,
Sauce Gardner is second, though.
okay. Whatever.
PS2 is the best
The
corner
point
in the league,
is,
I'm telling
at
you.
this moment, to say Denzel Ward is trash is stupid. But at this moment, I don't think he's a top 10 corner. Doesn't mean he can't be this year.
I think he got
But going into the season, I don't think anybody would put him as a top 10
What I would
corner.
say is he has all the ability and intangibles to be that. He has to
Agreed.
do it.
Right, he has to do it. He didn't do it last
He
year.
didn't do it last year. He has to do it
Right.
this year.
But
It's not saying that he can't be. He can't. He has all the skill set to be. He got to do it.
The Browns have
And if they want to be good this year with that pass rush, he should be that.
The Browns could have 3 corners in the top 30, 35 corners in the league.
I agree.
think that's possible.
I agree.
And which makes them a really good secondary. But there's some teams that have, guy like you can't be the best to me if your best guy's not top 10 right now.
Yeah, you
For me.
unless you got some.
That's not true.
Unless your corners,
Okay. My opinion.
unless
So
your corners is 12, 13, and 14.
What if 3 of them was 11, 12, and 13?
Okay, well that's an exception.
Tyvis is the
But
king
that's
of
not the
finding
case.
like the one little caveat to something you say.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
then
if you had 3 at 11, 12, 13, okay, but that's not the case. So
Well, you can't say what you gotta
All
like.
right,
Like
well,
Jay
in that
Crawford.
unique-
If Jay Crawford has taught me anything,
Yeah.
you have to make sure you word
Specific.
it correctly.
Jay loves
You
yes.
can't say all.
He
and
loves
you can't
that.
say none.
Most. You got to say most.
Well, I'll say this.
Some.
I need them to make. If you want to be up there, you got to make plays.
Yeah.
I need.
They don't make
Well,
enough
with
plays.
the D line that they have, it should be inexcusable.
Greg Newsome. I'm waiting for that first pick, big
Man,
homie.
me too. Make sure you keep that ball
more
and
like
put
a
it
little
in,
homie.
enshrine it. This is
You can't call him a little homie. You can't call him.
You got-
You
you
can't
got-
call like somebody. That's like if I come up to Ty and say, "Hey, what's up, little homie?" He got to fight. Like especially if it's in front of the people, he got to fight. Like,
Remember that wide receiver? I can't remember his name. The Browns had this wide receiver, the tiniest guy I've ever seen in my life.
JoJo Natson.
Nah, it was longer ago. Oh man. He showed up at the radio station once. I thought it was some high school kid. I didn't realize he was a wide receiver on the Browns. And I can't. He was with them for like 2-3 years. He really didn't do that.
What year? How long ago?
I want to say like somewhere in the 14 to 18.
Yeah, he was there. Like
the name's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it. But he was like, he must have been like
the first
5'9".
round. What was the first round pick?
No, he wasn't a first round pick.
From Baylor.
Corey Coleman.
Corey Coleman.
Oh, Corey Coleman. I'm thinking about Josh.
He
Gordon.
wasn't good either.
Well, he was like
Corey Coleman was trash. That guy's trash.
Wow.
See, it's catchphrases. Like people get mad. Like here's 3 catchphrases that people might want to go in your mouth for. If you call somebody a little homie, but the other word is, if you in the streets, it's little something else. But it's you know what I'm getting at. It's little homie. You can't say that.
I know.
You gotta fight.
I know what you get.
Yeah. But you can't say that.
No.
And then if you say, "Oh, bro, you trash," they be like.
That is very offensive.
That's fighting words.
Explain trash, dog. Like, or
you call somebody trash.
Or if you say like, if you would if you said you were gonna do something like Tupac said he did to Biggie's wife, that would be that you got to fight against that. You have to fight.
It wasn't his. Oh, that was his wife.
That was at the time.
See, talking about how it started off.
Yeah, that's how it started.
Why,
that's why you should never be in clubs and don't give them the Willie McGinnis treatment. Like you can't.
No, not Andrew.
Did that story ever come out about Willie? Why he did that?
I was looking for.
I need to know why Willie.
Because why would he
decided to risk it all?
Like you can't beat the brakes off somebody like that. Like they got the. And I never understood the word beating the brakes off somebody. Like what is this? Do your brake pads come off? Like,
and it's a very overused
or
phrase.
why would you say lukewarm instead of like Mark Warm or John Warm?
Oh, I know what I wanted to say. While we on the topic of talking about these DBs, the one interesting thing that I seen yesterday was this: Denzel is actually getting practice with being in the slot because. Because Jim Schwartz is on the. I'm gonna let y'all gonna cover.
You gotta do everything.
Guy. So it was interesting because him and Gnu, while they was doing special teams, him and Gnu was all to the side with the DB coach, and they were working on stacks and bunches. And Denzel was trying to figure out, where do I fit in the run game? If it's in the passing game, who do I take on stacks and bunches? How we gonna work that? It's universal rules with that, so that'll be an easy pickup. But I thought him learning that was interesting, and him learning the run responsibilities is interesting because last year it was a couple of games where it's not just him. I think it was a bunch of guys in the secondary who misfit gaps because obviously corners is not really involved in the run game like that much until these offenses make them be a part of the run game.
Gardner is in the run game.
So they make you. It's the number one formation is if you see bunch formation and it's tight to the line of scrimmage. You see it's crunch to the bunch, meaning that everybody gonna block down the running back going outside, it's the corner. If the corner want to hit, he gonna make the tackle. If he misses, it's a good 10-yard gain every time.
Come on. Don't make
crunch to the bunch is what it's called.
Don't make no business decisions. The defensive end's supposed to be alert. You know they coming out there.
If you see a bunch and they next to the tackle, you know what time it is.
They on the
As a DB, you know what it is.
And it's on the opposite hash.
Just get ready.
You know what it is.
Listen, don't even back up. You get about 7 yards off. Don't take no steps back. Bite down on that mouthpiece and get ready to come up. I said mouthpiece. So it's what it's called. It's called a mouthpiece. Bite on your mouthpiece and come up and make the tackle. Front foot forward. Near shoulder hit. Boom. Keep everything inside. If you miss, at least it'll be leveraged and he'll come inside and you got linebackers flowing to the ball.
McNuggets
and I miss playing the game.